All right, race fans, welcome to Evolution Racing Network's coverage of the Season 2 opener for Thursday Night Series ARCA Series here from Nashville Super Speedway. Alongside Craig Burns, this is Michael Sheffield up in the booth. Craig, first season was a great opening season for these guys. Really looking forward to this season tonight and coming in this race. What are you looking forward to here?
Sheffield Season 1 showed everything. These guys are wheel men behind the ARCA Series. Tonight, they're going to Nashville. It's a tire eater, concrete. I'm super excited to see these guys go door to door for 80 laps, Sheffield. It's going to be really fun. Excited, can't wait.
Yeah, and first season, great excitement every week. Very good racing week in, week out. A lot of heavy competition amongst these guys. Got some new drivers in the field this year, along with some returning drivers. So I'm excited to see, the level of competition I'm sure is going to increase this season, Craig. And tonight will be, we'll get a pretty good idea here tonight of how things will progress through the season.
As qualifying starting, and Sheffield, you said best, it's a new slate tonight. You want to start off on the right foot, go out there, try to win the race, lock yourself up ahead in points. Nashville, it's going to be a tough track, though, Sheffield. You got to save those tires, anticipate the long run. You can't overdrive the car too much, as these cars will get loose on the longer run, so it's going to be something to watch out for later on, Sheffield.
Yeah, that's a good point. These cars, getting a little loose on the longer run here, and we're talking 80 laps here tonight. About a 60-lap roughish fuel run here, so we should see one stop out of these guys here tonight. And they do have two extra sets of tires in the pits, so I'm curious to see how pit strategy is going to play out here. As we talked about the concrete here, kind of reminds me a little bit of Dover. I haven't had a lot of track time here, but it looks like it's a very fun track.
Sheffield, Nashville Super Speedway, new to iRacing in the last couple months. These guys all are fairly new to it. But one thing with the Thursday Night Throwdown, they got rid of the fast repair, Sheffield. We saw it all year last year, how it saved drivers. It saved their race. They knew they had a quick fix. Now you go out there. Are you a little nervous, Sheffield, if you don't have a quick fix?
It kind of not really, but it kind of makes you rethink your strategy. You're going to have to play it a little bit probably on the more safe side. You're not going to push the tires as far. You're going to probably pay a little bit more attention to how the car is driving. A little bit more attention in the traffic, what everybody else is doing. The fast repair is always great, but it's a good and a bad.
We see Sam Jones coming in turn 1 and 2. He laid down a lap of 31.10 last time, and he gets a little loose coming out and hits the wall there, so his run's going to be done for the 45 here tonight, Sheffield.
Yeah, I'm looking at the qualifying right now, and top of the board is Evan Scott with a 30.791. And looks like, he had a 30.940, and Justin Malarkey just took the pole back here at a 30.791 in the 73 machine. So I'm curious to see if anybody's going to be able to top that here. I'm looking like, let's see who's on track right now. It's the 42 machine. It's Kevin Winker.
Kevin Winker just getting his lap done. He'll slide in fourth with a 31.01. Good lap by Kevin Winker right now. And right now we're looking at the 94 of Robert Colgan. He's coming into turn number 1 on his qualifying lap.
We got 9 times put up on the board here. I believe it was 15 on the grid here. So let's see how everybody plays out here. So now we're taking a look at the 67 of William Hartman on his lap. And while qualifying finishes out, we're going to take a quick break here and bring you a national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, welcome back to Nashville Super Speedway here. We just finished up the qualifying there. We'll be showing you your grid results here in just a moment as they're starting here tonight. And Craig's going to be a fun, exciting night. And start with the grid here in just a second.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. Sheffield, as these cars are going to go side by side for 80 laps. We're going to have one pit stop here tonight. But let's go on to the pole position with William Hartman laying down a fast lap there. Starting second, the number 73 is Justin Malarkey. Starting third, the number 24 is Evan Scott. Starting third, in the number 33 is Joshua Clemens. Starting fifth, in the number 42, Kevin Winker. Starting sixth, in the number 95, Kyle Bartles. Starting seventh, in the number 49, Clinton Snead. Starting eighth, in the number 84, Cody Dorsey.
Starting ninth, and Sam Jones in the number 45 machine. Starting 10th, Robert Colgan in the number 94. Starting 11th will be Josh Lockwood in the number 19. Starting 12th will be Brian Skidmore in the number 75. Starting 13th will be Rodney Griffin in the number 97. Starting 14th will be Donnie Lyons in the 79. And starting 15th will be the sixth machine of Johnny Barker. That's your starting lineup here for tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race info here for tonight. So Nashville Super Speedway is a 1.33 miles track here. As Craig mentioned earlier, as you can tell, you can see it's primarily concrete with the asphalt.
Nashville super strategic track. These guys are gonna have to watch out for their tires all night long. This pace car right now rolling in turn number 3 and 4. Pace car dipping off on pit row as they're gonna go green for season number 2 here in the Thursday Night Throwdown. William Hartman gonna take him down to the line with Justin Malarkey side by side coming to the line. Green flag is out. The number 67 gets a good jump. They're coming down turn number 1.
Yeah, number 67 is going to have the inside here. 73 Justin Malarkey is going to squeeze into second. Third place as they run right now is Evan Scott, and number 24. Fourth will be Josh Clements, and fifth will be Kevin Winker as they run right now is the 42. Now, you're starting to see a little bit of shuffle here. They're battling for position early here, Craig.
Big battles right now for fourth position as we have Evan Scott on the outside of Clinton Snead. They're side by side as Evan Scott gets a little loose there. They're still side by side. Evan Scott will hold that position back from Clinton Snead as they come down turn number 1.
Come through turn number 1. Looks like you got the Kyle Bartles now battling to the inside. The 33 machine. He got stuck there on the high side. Looks like the 84 is going to try to take advantage as well, but no, he's going to clear back up as they come into turn 3 and 4.
5 single filed out right now here at Nashville as the leader, William Hartman, right now really trying to check out on Justin Malarkey. They're running 1-2 as they come down turn number 1.
Come through turn number 1. Pretty good sizable gap there considering early in the run there for the number 67 of William Hartman. We talked about tires earlier, Craig, and the looseness of these cars. It's pushing the car too early. You're going to pay for that a little later, you think, maybe?
I feel you bring up a great point. You can't push the car too much on corner exit with the rear tire. You want to save it all night long. Right now, we'll see what Hartman does. He is checking out to almost a second lead over Justin Malarkey. You really have to save the tires, and you can't mess up your corner entry either. It's such a critical track here, Sheffield, for these ARCA cars.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to, try to pace themselves, who's going to push it a little hard. Is, looking through the field right now, looks like the battles that we've got right now is around the 7th to about the 11th position here. As you see the 33 machine of Joshua Clemens trying to work to the inside of Kyle Bartles. He'll catch him kind of about middle of the corner, make a run at him, and then have to fall back in line behind him. Dominant groove right now is going to be the bottom groove. I'm not sure if we're going to see a middle groove come into play here. I don't foresee anything on the top side here, but I think we're going to have a 2-lane racetrack here as the night carries on and the rubber gets laid down, Craig.
Absolutely. The number 94, Robert Colgan, he's really trying to work on the 84, Cody Dorsey, right now as they're coming in at turn number 1. He's right now backing off. Maybe he's trying to save a little bit of tire, like we said earlier, Sheffield. Anticipate the long run. You always, in iRacing, you have to anticipate the long run, because if you go out there balls to the wall, Sheffield, you'll burn up the good fields and your night might be over quick.
Taking a look back out of the front now, William Hartman has built a gap of about 1.3 seconds now. Times are still pretty close. Leader with a 31:02, second 31:06. So you're going to see times kind of about the same now. You'll see them spread out probably another 10, 15 laps, and then anybody that saved anything, we'll probably see them start pushing up forward. I would say about lap 30, you'll start to see the guys that have saved some tires making some way up towards the front, Craig.
Absolutely. It's all about tire strategy when you come here to Nashville Super Speedway. Right now, the leader, like you said, he has a second and a half. Maybe he's going to play a little save game, maybe not try to push the car too much right now, as we see Clinton Snead working on the number 42 of Kevin Winker. He's going to take that third spot right now for the number 49.
Yeah, he takes that third spot right now. Clinton Snead now is this guy we knew from the first season, as well as Kevin Winker. They're returning here for the second season, and the good one thing these guys did, first season outstanding racing. I was glad we got to cover them. Last, I'd say, half to quarter of their first season here, run the ARCA series and the truck series. They did a great job, and really looking forward to what they've put together here in season 2. As we mentioned earlier, some of the returning drivers, some of the newer drivers, and got a couple new sponsors here that we'll be highlighting here shortly for the league this season. And tonight's races, both the ARCA and the truck series, are brought to you by Denise Designs, who came on board to help these guys out with the racing. With the weekly costs here, Craig.
Yeah, they do a good job with what they do in the iRacing community and for Thursday Night Throwdown here with the ARCA series. Right now, you said the new drivers. We have 2 new drivers right now out in front, 1 and 2, William Hartman and Justin Malarkey. So right now, they're showing what they're worth here at Nashville, as they're just completing lap 11 out of 80.
Yeah, completing lap 11 out of 80. We'll go through your running order as they run right now. As you mentioned, William Hartman is your leader. Second right now is Justin Malarkey. Third is Clinton Snead. Kevin Winker will be running fourth. Fifth will be Evan Scott. Sixth is Kyle Bartles. 7 is Joshua Clemens. Joshua Clemens. 8th is Robert Colgan. 9th is Cody Dorsey. And rounding out your top 10 is Sam Jones as they run right now.
Yeah, sitting in 11th right now, Diane Lyons. We saw him last season. He was doing really well. Sitting in 12th right now, in the number 75, Brian Skidmore. He had a strong season last season. Number 97 since his 13th, Rodney Griffin. 14th, Josh Lockwood. And 15th is Johnny Baker right now, rolling around here in Nashville.
Yeah, expect a pretty tight race here tonight. As you mentioned earlier, we're back single file here. 60 lap fuel run window here. Wondering how many people are going to try to, split it exactly halfway at 40 laps and see how the strategy plays out if anybody tries to push it much further than that. But I think if you stay out here too long, Craig, you're going to pay the price in the long run.
Yeah, you can't get caught staying out too long. The leader really sets it where you want to pit. If a leader pits, I want to pit right after him. No question about it. You don't want to be out there with older tires. You'll lose so much time. We've seen it. Thinking back to Michigan, you stay out for a long period of time, and you lose that much ground. So I'm excited to see what Hartman does here, but they're still on lap 14. A lot of racing left here at Nashville.
Yeah, still real early in the run here. As you mentioned, William Hartman now at a 1.5 second interval there. So he's kind of pulled a little bit away from everybody else. As you mentioned, Clinton Snead has worked his way up towards the front. And looking at times right now, the top four are within a tenth of each other as they run currently at last lap by. Leader was a 31.47. Justin Malarkey ran a 31.4. Clinton Snead 31.43, and Kevin Winker with a 31.49. So not a huge difference, as we're talking about 16 laps in the run here, Craig.
Absolutely, and right now, Evan Scott getting it all from Kyle Bartels right now, as Carl Bartels right now really trying to work on the number 24 as they come out turn number 2. Still single file. He's going to dip his nose down, see what he can do in turn number 3. Trying to make the move on the 24. Might not get it done here as they come out turn number 4 side by side.
And I imagine that 24 machine getting as close as you can to the wall there. That's the hard part, especially later in the run. You're try to get that pass done on the inside. If you got a guy on your outside, it kind of limits the ability of you to be able to drive off, as it looks like 95 machine of Kyle Bartels is going to clear this time. Now you're going to have a challenge here from the 33 machine, but Joshua Clemens trying to take that spot away as well.
33 working on Evan Scott. Evan Scott up in the high lane and the dirty marbles. He's going to lose a couple positions as the 24 right now getting freight train coming across the start-finish line. 24, he's might burn his stuff up, Sheffield.
May have burned it, or he may be saving it. So I'm interested to see. I'd say we'd be able to tell pretty well within the next 10 or 12 laps if he's able to get that machine back to the bottom line. Looks like he's just having a little struggle there, getting the car set in the corner there for a lap or two. As I'm still watching him, he's back down on the bottom now, so he might be trying to save something for a little later.
Absolutely, Sheffield. And iRacing is it's all about momentum. And, maybe he had a little bobble in turn number 1 and you lose all that momentum, and all you can do is just let him go, regroup, come back. So I'm excited to see what Evan Scott in the number 24 can do later on.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Momentum is such a huge factor, especially in these ARCA cars. Depending on how tight the car is the bigger factor here. If the car's a little loose, you can get a little bit more power to it off, but you're burning up those rear tires versus being, a tight, very tight truck. Or tight vehicle, you're gonna be burning up the right fronts. So it's all about the laps that these guys put in practice. Measuring their tire wear, seeing how far they can push the car over a set number of laps, and those practice sessions really help them with these strategies coming into races like this.
Practice is key, and it's all about perfect practice. You got to go out there and make perfect laps, find out where you're good, where you're bad, control your car. But we saw it live here. The number 95, Kyle Bartels, he's making his way up. He passed Kevin Winker there as he's right now trying to track down Clinton Snead for third.
Yeah, Kyle Bartels right now is running around about a 31.71 last time by. The leader with a 31.66. So leader's time right now, the fastest on the track, though, is that 49 machine of Clinton Snead as they ran last time by. So he's kind of pushing his way towards the front. And this last lap that we just completed, he was faster again by about a tenth and a half, almost 2/10.
We saw it last season. Clinton Snead so good at saving his tires at Las Vegas, at Atlanta. He did so good. Homestead. You know, he got a lucky break at Michigan, but hey, sometimes it's better be lucky than good. At right now, he is tracking down Justin Malarkey right now as they're coming by 24 out of 80 here in Nashville.
Yeah, lap 24 out of 80. We mentioned field run 60, 65 laps. I expect to see some of these guys pitting. I'd say around probably 40 to 50, you'll start to see part of the field, I think, coming in because 40 laps on this concrete, it really takes a toll on these tires.
Yeah, on a green flag run, if you know you can make it, you split it in half. That's just my thinking right now. But Clint Snead is really working on Justin Malarkey. I think he's going to have him in the next couple laps, Sheffield, as they're coming down in turn number 1 right now. He's really going to try to set him up.
Yeah, he's trying to close in now. It looks like he's got a very good line there on the bottom. Able to just be patient, looks like, and getting in the gas on the exit. And that's where he's really, really making up his time. Setting the car very well on entry. And it looks like he's just closing the gap on drive off here, Craig.
Justin Malarkey really walking the car. They're using different lines right now. He might have just scraped the wall there just a little bit. Clint Snead coming down. He's really going to try to fight for second here. He's going to have the upper hand coming into turn number 1. It's Justin Malarkey just kind of lets him go as they're coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, 25 laps into the race. Malarkey's probably just thinking, I'm just going to let him go now. Probably try to save a little bit, make a run later on. Still, before halfway here, still plenty of time to go. And, as we mentioned, you got a pit coming up. So evaluate the data from your pit stop. See what your crew chief is telling you as far as how hard you can push the car, when you need to push the car. Any data now you get from the spotters or the crew chief would definitely help you in the second run here.
That's why the crew chiefs and the spotters get paid the big bucks. They sit on top of the box, make all the calls. Sometimes you don't get that in iRacing. You have to do it all inside the cockpit of the car. But right now, Clinton Snead is passing a lap car. No harm, no foul right now. I think Clinton Snead is really going to track down William Hartman.
Yeah, and as they run right now, William Hartman is your leader with a gap of about 2.3 seconds back to Clinton Snead. Justin Malarkey is running third. Fourth is Cal Bartles in the number 95. Fifth is Kevin Winker in the 42. Sixth is Robert Colgan in the 94. Seventh is Joshua Clemens in the 33. Eighth is the 24 machine of Evan Scott. Ninth is the 79 machine of Donnie Lyons. And rounding up your top 10 as they run, Rodney Griffin in the number 97.
We're watching right now Rodney Griffin, the number 97. He's sitting in 10th. He's got firepower from Brian Skidmore as they're really trying to just feel the car out in the first stage, I like to say, before the pit stop. It's kind of almost like a practice Sheffield. Know where you're good. Find the grip, search for it. Maybe you're going to find something in the middle lane. These guys are doing a good job right now. We're caution free here at Nashville, lap 28 out of 80.
Yeah, as they run, as you mentioned, right now is the point in time to maybe experiment. See the track has really come in here. Rubber's down this much in the run. Now's the time to experiment, as you said, and try to find that line that nobody else has been able to find, and just make up as much time as you can. And as you mentioned earlier, that line may change as your run goes on. You may want to run, the middle early in the run. You may want to run the bottom later in the run, and all that's going to be dependent on you want to be doing something different than the guy in front of you.
Going back up to the front of the pack right now. The firepower right now is Justin Malarkey on Clinton Snead. Clinton Snead getting a little loose coming out turn number 2. Is there still single file coming in turn number 3?
Yeah, Justin Malarkey pushing back up to re-challenging here for that second position. Snead got by him, but has not been able to get away from him here as the gap is still opening up from the leader back to Clinton Snead, now at a 3.10 second interval there. And while we got a moment here, we're going to step away and pay the bills and give some tribute here to our sponsors that bring this league to us every week.
Let's face it, to build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Snead Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
Welcome back, and race fans, we're still got a battle here underway for second place between the 49 and the 73 here, and our pit stops have started here, Craig, lap 32 into the run here. So some guys have come in and elected to get 4 fresh fuel goods.
Yeah, we see the number 19 down on pit road right now. He's getting the 4 tires, but under our little break there, we saw Clinton Snead get really loose coming out of turn number 4. So maybe there's an issue with those rear tires right now, as Justin Malarkey will come back into second place in that number 73. Clinton Snead right now really trying to get the car underneath him. Maybe he's thinking about a pit stop here in about a couple laps, Sheffield.
Yeah, the one guy who's not having any issues right now is William Hartman. I'm sure his car is driving really well for him. Clean air. Just being able to really pull away here, gap about 3.2 seconds here. So he's really found the line here. And I'm curious, to see, with this pit strategy, is anybody going to be able to make up a huge difference as we talk about, in various other broadcasts, that undercut may be huge here tonight, Craig.
You always got to think about the undercut right now as we see the number 45 coming down pit road of Sam Jones. He's going to go get a full tank of Sunoco Racing Fuel and 4 tires. As right now, the leader, though, William Hartman, he's really setting sail right now. As he's going to, I'm thinking, Sheffield, you have to pit lap 40.
Yeah, I'm figuring of it. You got 60 laps of fuel, but, as we talked about, the tires are not going to feel good on this concrete speedway after about 40 laps. They're going to be screaming for some new ones. And we always talk about one of the difficult parts about getting fresh tires is you get so adjusted to running, the worn out tires quite a bit that, one of the hardest parts is when you come out, you got green tires. They're not quite up to temperature yet. Car will be a little bit more loose, and you just got to be careful, not to over push the car the first couple laps, trying to make up as much time as you can.
It's so easy to over push the car no matter what the situation is, but especially with the cold tires, like you're saying, Sheffield, you got to go out there your first 2-3 laps, warm the Goodyears up, get them flowing, get the blood flowing, get the juices flowing, as we see the 45 coming off pit road. And to bring up your point about the undercut and the pit strategy, Sheffield, maybe if you're sitting 5th, 6th, 7th, you stay out and hope for a caution. Maybe, hopefully you get that caution, trap a bunch of these guys a lap down.
Yeah, hopefully you can catch the right break and catch a couple cars a lap down. Leader is going to have his strategy and stick to it, with a gap that he's, got now, which they've actually cut the gap down to 2.75 seconds as Clinton Snead is coming down pit road now. So he's making his call at lap 38, lap 39 here.
Big moment for the number 45 of Clinton Snead, sliding it into pit road. He might have a speeding penalty. Sheffield, is so crucial to get your car woe down, get onto pit road safe. You see it so many times. As right now that 45 stops in this box, and we're going to see the replay here. Just trying to get the car slowed down. Just gets right underneath them. A little damage there, Sheffield. That might hurt the number 49.
And Justin Malarkey in the 73 took his cue there and came in the very next lap. So I'm wondering now, how long is Alira going to stay out, past this? We saw the 73 and the 49, the 45 of Clinton Snead battling lap after lap there. So with the times William Hartman's running, it looks like he's going to be coming into pit road this time by. So, do you think this little bit, a little bit before halfway, I'm wondering if anybody's going to try to, pit again, depending on, what the strategy plays out here. But as we mentioned, if there is a caution, there is an extra set of tires there, Craig. So, it could always come down to a shootout.
Pit road is a happening place right now. A lot of machines bringing it down as your leader. William Hartman. You got Evan Scott there, and then number 94 of Robert Colgan. So all these guys coming down pit road, they see the halfway point. As right now, we're 41 done. Kevin Winker, your race leader.
Yeah, Kevin Winker has assumed the lead here. Brian Skidmore will move up to second. Donnie Lyons will be third. Fourth will be Rodney Griffin. And fifth will be William Hartman here. So, but I'm curious to see how long these cars stay out here, as they're just now over the halfway point. Stay out here. You got a little fresher tire in the end, but there's a very gray line that you don't want to go over there. It looks like, he didn't come this time by. It looked like he was slowing down for possibly pit lane, but was mistaken.
Clinton Snead and Justin Malarkey both getting their lap back from Kevin Winker here. Kevin Winker, the number 42 target machine. He's still out on the track in turns number 1 and 2. I'm expecting him to come down in the next handful of laps, as right now he's losing a bunch of time here at Nashville. 43 out of 80 complete.
Yeah, and you talk about pit road, and a little incident here, a little incident there. As you like to say, Craig, that's the race within the race. As your time down pit road can either get you out in front of somebody and get you set up for the finish, or you can lose a lot of time there on pit road.
Yeah, right now, Diane Lyons, he's bringing his number 79 down pit road to have service done to his car. As Kevin Winker, he's still out on the track with Brian Skidmore in second, Rodney Griffin in third, and then you got if the pit cycle completes, William Hartman, he's sitting in fourth. So 3 cars still yet to pit Sheffield. How long do you think they're going to stay out there?
I would be in now, but that's just me. These guys may know something that we don't know, with the amount of practice they put in. It looks like Brian Skidmore and Rodney Griffin have both come on pit road now, so that just leaves Kevin Winker right there.
Kevin Winker, the number 42, he's still out there on the track. He might elect to come down pit road this time by, seeing that Rodney Griffin and Brian Skidmore both entered. As the 42 machine is still out there. Right now, a caution will really benefit Kevin Winker.
Yeah, William Hartman is making up a lot of grind right now on the 42 machine of Winker, and as you mentioned, that's what he may be waiting for, is, hoping maybe a caution comes out, because as you mentioned, that would give him a little bit of an advantage here, but not particularly really now that, Hartman has got his lap back. He would still have to cycle back around and behind the leaders here.
Yeah, Hartman right now 19.5 seconds back, and that number is closing quickly. He's on a mission, and Justin Malarkey, he's right behind William Hartman, and then you have in fourth place Clinton Snead, who had that little hiccup, but it doesn't look like he got a penalty. He's still sitting there in fourth. You really hate to see when a car enters pit road awry a little. We've all done it. I've done it. It's just a terrible feeling, but the 49, he's still on fourth. Good job for him.
And just to give the viewers an idea of how fast the Hartman's closing, the last time by, your leader, Kevin Winker, ran a 32.71, and Hartman ran a 31.01. So you're looking almost 2-second difference between fresh tires and old tires.
Absolutely, Sheffield. And this is a guy, Kevin Winker, that was trying the third line at Talladega. He's out there trying stuff. And you know what? You can't win if you don't try. So right now the 42 out there is praying for a caution. He's saying there's a water bottle on turn number 4. There's right now the 42 coming down pit road.
Yeah, he said my tires have had enough. And as you mentioned, this early in the season, now's the time you can gamble. If your car's not exactly what you wanted to be tonight, you can try a play on strategy and see if it works out. We've seen it a million times that, guy hasn't been up front all night, but he's up front on the most important lap, and that's the last one, Craig.
Sheffield, all you have to do is lead one lap here tonight. But right now, back to the point, is William Hartman with Justin Malarkey in second, Clinton Snead in third, Kyle Bartels is in fourth, Evan Scott will be in fifth. Sixth is Robert Colgan, Joshua Clemens in 7th. 8th is Kevin Winker. 9th, Cody Dorsey. And 10th is Josh Lockwood.
Yeah, and you talk about the race within the race. Right before the pit cycle, William Hartman was about 2.8 to 3 seconds ahead. Right now, after the pit cycles, he is 6.2 seconds. So he got it done there on pit road. Lightning fast pit road time for him, which is helps him build that gap there. Gives him a little bit more comfortable run here as we're at 50 laps, come to lap 51 out of 80, Greg.
Sheffield, I envy the guys that can come down pit road, hit a clean stop, and get off fast. He doubled his margin right now. He's, like you said, 6.16 seconds ahead. He doubled it, and he wasn't the first car on pit road, and he wasn't the last. So that number 67, William Hartman, he's really got it figured out here in Nashville right now. He does not want to see a caution. He wants his last 30 to click away right now as he's coming in turn number 3. He's coming to 52 out of 80.
And tonight's race is brought to you by Denise Designs. They're a motorsports focused design company specializing in paint schemes, branding, and marketing. They got a 7-year track record, so been around for a while here. And from everything I've seen, they do excellent work and doing things for the community here. We certainly appreciate it, as broadcasters, to see companies that put in the time and come out and help their fellow race esports racers here, Craig.
Yeah, to have a company so involved in the iRacing atmosphere in the community. We'd like to thank all those guys over there, Snead Competition Designs. And, they're on a lot of cars out here tonight, so they're getting their advertisement worth. As right now, Clinton Snead, he's sitting in 3rd right now, hoping maybe a caution's going to fly Sheffield, but to get that number 45 in victory, or 49 in victory lane. Yeah,
he always seems to be pushing there. He always seems to make his presence known later in the run here. We're really good at saving the tires there. But right now, with the gap that Hartman's got here, and almost, about 27 to go here, he's really going to have to push the car here. Well, right now he's 2 seconds behind Malarkey here, so we might see that battle heat back up for second here again, Craig, in the next 10-15 lap.
William Hartman putting Cody Dorsey a lap down, the number 84, as he's coming back to the line for 55. Checked off the board out of 80. So that's going to be 26 to go, Sheffield. We're not going to see another pit stop unless a caution flies, right?
Yeah, I would say probably not. I think it's too early. Too late in the run now to gamble. Considering they've only got about 20 laps probably on these sets of tires. So 4 tires, the time you lose on pit road, I don't think you can counterbalance that and make up track time and make a move here, Craig.
25 laps to go, and they're ticking right now. William Hartman, he's going to be a force to reckon with through the season here. The ARCA Series Thursday Night Throwdown. Justin Malarkey in the number 73. He's sitting in second right now. He's rolling out turn number 3. His car looks clean. Sitting in 3rd, Clinton Snead. He's chasing him down. He's chasing down Malarkey, so we'll see if we'll have a battle for second here in about 10 laps.
Yeah, we got a battle going on right now back around the 6th and 7th position. Battle we saw a little earlier shaping up again. That's between the 24 of Evan Scott and the 33 of Joshua Clemens there. Clemens has really closed the gap in the last couple of laps here. Curious to see how this is going to play out. As you can see, they're both running similar lines in the corner here. You see them close. The gap opens there on corner entry, and the 33 is able to just close in the gap. Looks like he may be just rolling the center of the corner a little better, correct?
Evan Scott getting fired on by Joshua Clemens right now. Clemens really driving the 33 down into the corners. Evan Scott kind of breaking it late right now. They're still working on each other. Both using that bottom line, rolling through the corner. Coming to lap 22 is that 24. Evan Scott, he's still holding on to P6.
Yeah, and Kevin Winker, the leader there with the late pit stall there, he cycled his way back up to 8th. He's remained on the lead lap here, but don't think he's going to have time. Yeah, he's going to have about 10, 15 lap fresher tires here, but I'm curious to see how many positions he's going to be able to make up here, Craig.
Yeah, right now we're seeing Evan Scott getting passed by Joshua Clemens there. As you said, Kevin Winker, Sheffield, it's so hard with 22 laps to go. I don't see them having enough time. Cody Dorsey entered pit road under all of this chaos between the 24 and 33, so maybe he's on a different strategy right now. But right now, out front, William Hartman, he's got almost a 7-second lead.
Yeah, and actually last time by, he ran a 31.50 to second place, 31.65, third at 31.63. So he's still building a gap, it appears right now. He's got a almost 7.1 second lead here. As you talked about, the gap has really closed up for the battle for second here. See how that shapes up. That may be another interesting battle we saw again before the pit stops there.
Yeah, 20 laps to go, Sheffield, right now. You got to kind of lay it out on the table. Go burn up your tires right now. But Justin Malarkey sitting in second, and Clinton Snead still in third.
Yeah, well, we got a second here. I'll kind of give some thanks here to the league sponsors here. Their title sponsor is Delta Cam. They've been manufacturing and repairing camshafts since 1977. They are a second generation veteran owned company. And you know, they really take pride in the ability to repair almost any camshaft. So anybody who needs any camshaft repair, definitely look them up. You can get them, find them on Facebook or at their website, which is www.deltacam.com. And then they also have another sponsor here that the name is kind of new, but any league admins or any iRacers out there, I'm sure have heard of them before. The original site, Sim Racer Hub now, which was formerly known as Dan Lisa, which is your premier scoring and statistics site. They've been around for years, and you know, there's already been a couple of updates to the site, and as a league admin, I've seen some of the changes here, and they've done a really, really good job. It seems to be a good transition. Things are run really smooth. I'm excited to see what the updates in the future are going to bring. You can check them out for more information at simracerhub.com.
Three-car battle going on right now between the number 94 of Colgan and the number 33 of Joshua Clemens and Evan Scott on the back end of the battle right now. They're right now single file, but they were side by side, Sheffield, for a couple laps right now as the number 33 of Joshua Clemens still trying to fight for that number 4th position.
Yeah, it's a tight battle there for looks like 5th, 6th, and 7th there, as Evan Scott is still 33 guy by him, but he's hanging on to the rear end of him here as this battle is going to be heating up now. As looks like the 33 machine is going to be looking to the inside here in 3 and 4. 94 appears to be running that second line up there, Craig.
Robert Colgan really trying to find something in the middle line. It might be working right now because the number 33 of Joshua Clemens couldn't get down there. And I'll tell you what, Evan Scott right now sitting there ready to pounce, ready to make a move right now, but they're still single file coming in turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's one thing we see at a lot of tracks is if you're able to run that middle or higher lane, it really limits the guy's ability to get off the gas when he gets get on the gas when he gets underneath you here, and be able to just hold them off for a time period and try to let them burn their stuff up driving off, Greg.
With being the car behind you, you want to make them burn their stuff up. Make your presence known right now, as we had the 33 Joshua Clemens really making the slide job work on the 94 here in turn number 1.
Yeah, great run that time for the 33 into the corner. And Evan Scott's going to try to follow him through there on the inside. He's not going to make the clear there in 1 and 2. He's going to try to dip down again in 3 and 4. But look, Kevin Winker's in the battle there running the second group. He's going to be challenging Evan Scott now on the outside.
The fresh tires have arrived of Kevin Winker as he's coming through the start-finish line. They're side by side with Evan Scott. Kevin Winker, the 42, is going to try to get that position for for seventh, as he gets the job done right now. As he's going to chase down the number 94 of Robert Colgan.
Yeah, this 4-car battle is the tightest battle we've got on the track right now. Kevin Winker trying to make up those positions here. Is he's going to have the best time out of the 4 with 10 or 15 lap better tires. Is he's going to make quick work of the 94 there. He's got his eyes set on the 33 net machine now.
The strategy really paying off for the number 42 Beats by Dre Chevy ARCA car right now. As he's making a move on the 33 of Clemens.
And we look back up to the front. Here's that side-by-side battle we were talking about earlier. 49 machine is battling now with the 70. Clinton Snead and Justin Malarkey are battling now as they go through turn 2 here. Clinton Snead working to the bottom side of Malarkey here, coming down the backstretch.
Side-by-side drag race here at Nashville, coming into turn number 3. Clinton Snead working on Justin Malarkey. He's going to try to clear him coming out of turn number 4. He gets the job done. Clinton Snead at the second position.
Yeah, he's still got a battle going on here, and I'm wondering how much this lap traffic's going to come into play here, Craig, because they're going to be closing up quickly on that lap car.
Closing up on lap traffic. Got to set your picks right. It's so hard to do sometimes as they're still drag racing down the back straightaway here. Side by side, the lap car of the number 45 using the middle lane. So advantage to Clinton Snead. He's down low. He's going to try to clear him coming out turn number 4.
Clinton Snead, a little advantage there coming off of turn 4. He's going to dip down to the bottom. 73 and Malarkey, good run. It's going to be 3 wide with the lap car coming into 1 and 2. Lap car stays up out of the way, out of the groove. Looks like the 49 of Snead is going to try to clear him here. He gets a little bit of a slide job done. 49 machine up to second place.
Clinton Snead gets the job done late with 9 laps to go into this P number 2 over Justin Malarkey right there. And we did see the number 45 of Sam Jones getting the wall. Showed a lot of respect to the leaders, though, of getting out of the racing line. We love to see that here at the Thursday Night Throwdown right now. But does Clinton Snead have anything in the bag for William Hartman?
Yeah, a 10-second interval right now. I don't see any Clinton Snead being able to make a charge here for it without, a little help from a late race caution here. As William Hartman has just set a blistering pace around this track tonight from the green flag out. He's just been able to get the good drive and setting the car really well in the corner, still maintaining the bottom lane here. Looks like he's being a little patient on the throttle, getting a good turn in and pulling away from everybody else.
Yeah, William Hartman doing a really good job right now on the number 67. He's looking for his first win of the Thursday Night Throwdown ARCA Series. Barring that caution, hopefully a caution does not fly here with 6 to go, but I think a lot of people in Sheffield would like to see it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would love to see it, but, right now William Hartman is counting down the laps, hoping not to see it. I think this is a name, based on what we've seen here tonight. We're going to be talking about him amongst a lot of other drivers here throughout the season, Craig.
Yeah, William Hartman really putting a debut out there for him right now, as he's really he's checked out Sheffield. He's 10 and a half seconds out in front. Going into P number 2, Clinton Snead in the number 49. He's doing a good job. He just got the position 2 over Justin Malarkey. They're on lap 10. Going back to the number 73, he's sitting in 3rd. Justin Malarkey, he's another first time we've seen him out here in the Thursday Night Throwdown. He's doing a good job and looking for a podium finish as we come to in 4th position, number 95, Kyle Bartles. We saw him a little bit last year in the number 95. Solid run for him.
Running 5th right now is the 42 machine of Kevin Winker. Kind of had a lap there for a couple laps, decided to make a little later pit stop there. He cycled his way back up to the top 5 right now as they run. Running 6th is Joshua Clemens. We've seen him battling all night with Evan Scott now, and he's pushed his way up to the 6th position. So a little bit long run. He's been able to maintain a pretty good time there. Speaking of Evan Scott, he's your 7th place runner right now as they run. Robert Colgan in the number 94. We've seen some battles with him all night long tonight. He's in 8th place right now, and he's under fire now from the leader to keep from going a lap down.
3 laps left for William Hartman right now as we're looking at the number 75, Brian Skidmore. He shined last season late, the number 75, so good run for him right now. Rodney Griffin, the number 97, just hanging on. 2 more laps to go, though, for your man out front, Sheffield, William Hartman.
Let's take a look back at the front. William Hartman is your leader now. He's got about a gap of about 10.5 seconds over Clinton Snead. He's pulled away a little bit from Justin Malarkey there, about a 7/10 of a second gap there. So Snead able to really take advantage of the tires over a long run here.
White flag in the air here for William Hartman, the number 67. The final time down the back straightaway. You just put the number 94 of Robert Colgan lap down. But your man in the number 67, 3 and 4 Sheffield, bring him to the checker flag.
And his first win for the initial race of the second season. William Hartman's going to bring home the checker flag and set his pace for the rest of the season here on Thursday Night Throwdown ARCA Series.
Coming in second, Clinton Snead, the number 49, and rounding out your podium finish, Justin Malarkey, first-time racer of this series, so good finish for him. In 4th, Kyle Bartles. 5th, Kevin Winker. That's your top 5. And 6th, Joshua Clemens. 7th, Evan Scott. 8th, Robert Colgan. But your winner, William Hartman.
Yeah, great racing here tonight. As we expect, Thursday Night Throwdown. Very clean, respectful drivers here. You saw the lap car kind of get out of the way there. You saw a couple cars make some late race charges there, just not enough time. William Hartman, it kind of set the pace there from the green flag. 80 laps, green flag run here tonight. Great race, great way to get season 2 started, Craig.
Great race. Like you said, caution-free race. Love to see it. These guys out here, they're wheelmen. That's all I'm going to say. They're wheelmen. These cars are no joke. Really tough to drive right now. Is the 67 burning it down.
Yeah, we're going to take a short commercial break here. When we get back, we're going to give you your top 3 interviews here, and we'll do our official results there. And I'd stay tuned after this broadcast as well. We'll have the truck series coming up a little bit later on tonight.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
An elementary school teacher.
Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back to Nashville Super Speedway after the Thursday Night Throwdown, as we're going to talk to our podium finishers. Finishing third in the number 73, Justin Malarkey. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Justin Malarkey, this is Craig Burns and Michael Sheffield up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, but not as good as you. Podium finish on your first showing here, the Thursday Night Throwdown. How is the car feeling out there at Nashville today?
Yeah, car felt pretty good. I just about like a half a tenth, 3/4 of a tenth off overall throughout the whole race from the William, and then Clinton got by me there at the end.
Justin, you did a heck of a job getting down on pit road on about lap 40, 41, executed your pit stops. Tires, how are the tires feeling? It looked like, a lot of guys had a lot of tire fall off. Were you surprised to see the race go green?
Yeah, it's always nice. Definitely surprised to see the race go green. I love that. Usually I feel like that's a strength of mine, but definitely got to go back to the doing some homework there because got beat pretty bad. The first run I felt like I was able to stay there a decent amount, but that second run, that track just, I guess, rubbered up, and I had to adjust my driving, and I didn't adjust it good enough there.
Well, Justin, you did a good job on your first showing here, coming home in third. But before we let you go, anyone you would like to thank?
But yeah, definitely you three up there, you, Ryan, and Michael. I know you guys do a lot for a lot of leagues, and you guys got into broadcasting, and it's been awesome. I've been watching some of these races, so I was excited to jump in this league, and appreciate everyone letting me out there, and give some shout outs to my family and newcomer watching the stream, Robert. So thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, well, we appreciate you, Justin Malarkey. Go celebrate with your team on your P3 podium finish here.
Thanks. You guys have a great night, and hope the truck race is just as entertaining.
That's Justin Malarkey, a third place finisher, and no surprise there. We kind of know him from a different series there, as he alluded to, and I expect to see some good things out of him this season, Craig.
Yeah, Justin Malarkey, really fast ARCA racer, coming home in P3. So excited to see what he can do in the number 73. But right now, we're going to bring down Clinton Snead in the number 45, finishing in P2. Hey, Clinton, this is Michael and Craig up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, welcome to the season 2 here. A good, strong start here, a second place finish for you. You had a strong car, late runs all night long. Looked like you had a little bobble there maybe on pit road, but you were able to regroup, get your stuff back together, and charge back and get that second spot. How was the car here tonight?
Yeah, the car was good. It was a little tight to snap you loose on exit, and yeah, that bit me a couple of times, which didn't help. And then I had some issues getting on pit road there, so fortunate to come away with a second place. I would have liked to, either had a little better qualifying run or possibly a late caution there. I think I had something for William, but we'll take second place and move on.
Well, I mean, great job tonight. No surprise, as I mentioned from last season. We see you at the late charge all the time. You were able to bring that Snead competition design Toyota up to second place. As I mentioned, great start, on the season here. How are your expectations in this season? And, what do you look forward to as far as a track here for this schedule here, Clinton?
I'm really looking forward to really the whole schedule we've got this season. I think we've really got a good mix. We've got a road course thrown in there, and a couple of super speedways and some short tracks, and so I'm excited about all of it. We just have to stay consistent from start to finish. If we can manage a top 3 or so 9 of the 10 weeks, I think we'll be in pretty good shape in terms of points, and hopefully can capitalize on little mistakes here and there and come away with some good finishes. But yeah, I think the Delta Cam Thursday Night Throwdown series is looking really strong. Obviously, no cautions there in our first race, so we've got a good group of guys, and looking forward to continuing on the rest of the season.
Well, like I mentioned, good run, good start for the season here. We're going to give the microphone here, let you give you a shout out, your thank yous to anybody you want. The microphone is all yours.
Yeah, shout out to Delta Cam at deltacam.com for sponsoring the series this year. They're a really great manufacturer of camshafts for all types of different engines. So be sure to check them out. And also thanks to Nice Designs for sponsoring tonight's races. They do some awesome design work during, throughout sim racing. So be sure to check those guys out. Thanks also to Snead Competition Design and simracerhub.com and freshlypicked.com or freshlypickeddesignco.com. All these people that support us. And yeah, we'll see what we can do in the truck race here after a while.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward to hopefully talking to you after the truck race as well. I know they're going to drive quite a bit differently than these cars, but knowing you and your late charges there, it wouldn't surprise me to see you, maybe out in the very front there at the end there. And good luck in that run. And look forward to talking to you again here soon, Clint.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Well, no surprise there, Craig. Clint Snead charged up to the front late in the run here.
Clint Snead coming home second. We see him all the time making those late charges, like you said, almost like a magic man. It's really exciting to see. He talks with a smile, too. I love it. He has a league blooming right now. Great racing. They just went Nashville 8 laps, caution-free. But the man of the hour, William Hartman, your race winner. Let's see if we can get a word with him. William Hartman, this is Craig Burns and Michael Sheffield up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
William, you set sail today with the number 67 Chevy out there, executing the green flag pit stop. What's going through your mind? Were you surprised to see the race go green?
Yeah, it kind of had that feel as we started the race there. So just kind of banked on that from the start and hoped that we could stay green there at the end. I felt like splitting it in half was going to be the best strategy. I think those guys shorted it by a lap or two. So I knew if I could just maintain the lead there and have a couple lap fresher tires, I'd probably be okay for the end. So yeah, just trying to split it in half and really happy to see it go green. That's for sure.
Well, William, you did a great job out there tonight. Your first showing here with the Thursday Night Throwdown, really setting the bar high. But going into Iowa next week, a short track. This kind of drove like a short track, but next week, a real short track. How are you feeling at Iowa?
Yeah, I was. It's an interesting track, that's for sure. A lot of multi-groove racing. You can use a couple different lines and make a lot of speed. So makes for some really fun racing action and a lot of side-by-side. So I'm always a fan of that. So yeah, just looking forward to it. Really, really solid group that was out there tonight. And yeah, really happy to be out here racing with these guys. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, William. But before we let you go and celebrate with your team, anyone you would like to thank?
Yeah, I just got to thank everybody over there at the Thursday Night Throwdown series for letting me come out here and race. It's a great group, like I said. Awesome to see it go green. It's always a hallmark of a great group of guys out there racing. So thanks to them. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. That's awesome. And yeah, just really looking forward to it.
Well, William, we thank you out there showing us how it's done. And I'm sure we're going to be talking to you in the future. And hope you have a good night.
All right. Thanks, man.
What a great run from him tonight. Really setting the pace for this season. I expect to talk to him probably a couple more times throughout the season here, Craig, is still got quite a long season ahead, and I'd quite to see a couple of these guys we'll be talking to throughout the season.
Yeah, long season for sure. We go to a short track next week to Iowa, and then after that we go to the high banks to Talladega. So 2 completely different tracks. And Sheffield, you said it earlier today, you have to find consistency with the new season. And these guys right now, William Hartman, Clinton Snead, Justin Malarkey, Kyle Bortles, he finished 4th. He had a good run. Kevin Winker, your guy that stayed out the longest. His strategy kind of paid off at top 5. I'd be happy with that. So consistency is what we're going to be looking for.
Yeah, and Joshua Clements was your 6th place finisher. 7th was Evan Scott. We saw a good battle between him and Joshua Clemens all night, as well as the 8th place finisher of Robert Colgan. Brian Skidmore, comes home ninth. I saw him quite a few times here tonight in a couple battles. Rodney Griffin in the number 97 is your 10th place finisher. 11th was Donnie Lyons in the number 79. 12th was Cody Dorsey in the number 84. Johnny Barker was 13th in the number 6. Josh Lockwood will be coming home 14th in number 19. And right out of the field, Sam Jones in the 15th position in the number 45. Well, Craig, as you mentioned, we got Iowa coming up next week, followed by, as you just alluded to, the Talladega High Banks. You're going to see, and that's one thing I love about this league. There's different drivers that specialize in different facets here. So we may see some of these new guys, bring their name to the front there, especially those two complete different styles of tracks, Craig.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited for the season 2 to get kicked off. Tonight was a blast. These guys did a great job. Hats off to these guys as we're going to go watch some truck racing here.
Yeah, as you said, we're going to wrap this broadcast up. And, we thank everybody for tuning in here. Stay tuned to our YouTube page as you'll be seeing the Truck Series live go live here a little bit later tonight. For Craig Burns, this is Michael Sheffield up in the booth, and look forward to coming to y'all again soon.